Tornadoes devastated parts of Illinois last week. The 200-mile-per-hour winds destroying homes and killing 2 people and injuring others. CBN's Operation Blessing International arrived within hours of the storm and partnered with Rockford First Assembly of God to help with cleanup. More than 1,200 volunteers helped neighbors in need in tangible ways. And joining us now via Skype is Jody Geddes, Vice President of U.S. Disaster Relief and Programs with Operation Blessing International. Well, Jody, what are the biggest needs right now, and how is Operation Blessing helping residents of Rochelle, Illinois?
Yeah, Operation Blessing is here on the ground, sharing the love of God in very tangible ways. Sometimes that'll be in the phase of hugging someone or praying with someone, or it'll look like what you see behind me as they're sorting and going through to find personal belongings and picking up the remaining piece of what's left of this home, or should I say not left. This is a home, a total loss. There used to be a home right here, but the only thing left is the foundation. So Operation Blessing is helping on jobs like this, but also homes that are salvageable. Yesterday, we had hundreds of volunteers out, and over the last 48 hours, we had 1,200 volunteers helping the residents recover from this awful storm.
Most residents weren't allowed back into the area until Saturday. What was their reaction when they saw the damage?
The residents are overwhelmed. Many people think that this is an area that's prone to tornadoes, but this is the first time this community has experienced a tornado that's been this devastating. So there are some people that are underinsured, but there's also the middle class community. But either way, suffering and pain is the same. So we saw a lot of residents, especially yesterday. I can think about an elderly gentleman. He's lived in the same house for 32 years. He was just widowed by his wife 2.5 years ago. And we began to talk to him. We had volunteers helping him clean up and secure his home. And I remember asking him how he was holding up, and he just kind of put his hands in the air, and he was just overwhelmed. And so we're here to obviously do debris removal, but most importantly, we're here to touch hearts and change lives with just the love of Christ and encourage them in any way possible.
Well, yes, please tell us more about the spiritual help Operation Blessing volunteers are giving.
Yeah, we have longtime partner Rockford First Assembly that has come out and volunteered with us. They have a ministry training and leadership school. So these students are in the presence of the Lord a lot of their time, and they're really trained and discipled into not only helping people in physical ways and tangible ways, but spiritually. And so Operation Blessing volunteers are out here praying with people, loving on them and encouraging them, as well as helping with the debris removal. Many times I say the greatest compliment our volunteers can pay someone during a time of disaster is to stop and listen to their story. Many times people do need people to help pick up tree limbs and all that, but many times what they need most is a listening ear and a loving heart to just come and to encourage them and be the ministry of presence to them.
Well, we love to hear. Can you give some more examples of how the victims are responding to the physical and spiritual help?
Yeah. Because we're in the Midwest, at first they didn't want to receive the help. You know, they kind of wanted to do it themselves, but it's been so overwhelming, just the devastation, and then so overwhelming with the amount of volunteers that have showed up that they finally surrendered and said, yes, please come and help me. And so there's been many examples of where someone said, no, I can take care of myself. And then at the end of the day, they're thanking Operation Blessing because they don't know how they would have done it themselves. And so there's those examples, as well as people being able to talk and be encouraged. You know, sometimes it's not so spiritual as saying a prayer. Sometimes it's as spiritual as making someone laugh again and see the joy return to their faces. So the love of Christ comes in very different examples. Sometimes it's picking up debris. Sometimes it's hugging someone. Sometimes it's saying a prayer, but sometimes it's actually laughing with someone and helping them find joy again in the midst of the pain.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people watching this are going to be deeply touched by it. What can our viewers do to help?
The biggest thing that our viewers can do is obviously pray for us. Our prayer coverage is huge. Also to give financially. The way that Operation Blessing was able to be here within hours of this storm, and that's repeated across the nation 365 days a year, the way that we're able to stay prepared is because we have generous donors who give us the resources to stay stocked up and ready for the next big one, so to speak. And so when I'm out here in the field, I always think about the generosity of our donors, and our staff is so thankful for their support and financial support, because we're able to do what we're able to do in the size and the scope that we're able to do it because because of the faithfulness of our partners. So thank you, CBN and Operation Blessing Partners. We couldn't be here in Rochelle, Illinois if it wasn't for your faithfulness, your love, and your support.
Well, Jody Geddes, thank you for your time, and God bless you and your efforts.
Oh, thank you guys. We appreciate it.